Hi, welcome to Universal Soul Vibrations. This is going to be the weekly messages for air signs for January 28th to February 3rd. Please remember this is general, so it may not resonate with everyone. If you do like it, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to start off with pulling one card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck around the energy around air signs for the week of January 28th to February 3rd. Okay, so the card that came up around the energy is the Time to Go card. So the Time to Go card looks like it's an obvious meaning. It's time to go. It's time to go somewhere. You know, she's walking down what looks like a dock. But basically, you know, this card is saying that there's endings coming. And that, you know, you're walking away from something because you've learned everything that you can learn from that experience. It's the end of a journey, and usually when we end something, something new comes in to take its place. And it's time for you to take the risk and move on in your journey towards your destiny. Okay, let's start with the days of the week. What message do you have for air signs for Monday, January 28th? We have the Gates of Triumph. So it looks like moving on is going to lead you to some type of success in your life. And that's Monday's card. Tuesday's card is Discovering Truth. One card for air sign for the week of January 28th for Wednesday. The next card is Crossing Bridges. Watching Clouds. Overcoming obstacles. Protected by Angels for Saturday. And View from Above for Sunday. Okay, I have to fix these because they're all kind of messy. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so like I said, the overall theme of the week for air signs is it's time to go. So it's time for us to leave something behind because we've learned all the lessons that we can from that and move on in a new journey. Monday's card is the Gates of Triumph, and that talks about success expands in your life. So by moving on from this this thing in your life that you've completed, because you know moving on means that you came to a completion in something, it's going to expand your successes in your life. You're going to go through those garden doors, those gates, and into the down the path to the sun, where the sun brings abundance and happiness. So by moving away from something, it's going to bring in something good. Tuesday is discovering the truth. You stand in the light of the truth. So some type of truth is going to, and I have to point out too, both of these cards down the bottoms have swords in them, and the suit of swords in the traditional tarot is about truth and clarity and seeing things clearly. So on Tuesday, you're going to start to see something clearly. And it may be that you finally realize what that lesson was in your life, and that you have learned everything you've learned, and it's time for you to move on. On Wednesday, you have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So we need to release something. It's whatever we're walking away from. And that's also going to create a very healing vibration within you. And if there's any, if this is around a relationship, this card is telling you that it's time to heal. I want to say heal yourself from this relationship and release, any pain or anything that has come from this. On Thursday, we have watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. So Thursday's day is going to be about a day of rejuvenation. It's just taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, lying back and resting. On Friday is overcoming obstacles. So some type of obstacle is going to come along when you decide to go. But this card is telling you that you can overcome anything, because see, we have the sword of the truth in there, and clear seeing. We have clarity in coming to us. So by having the truth and clarity in here, that's not going to be an obstacle for you, okay? So don't see it as an obstacle. The clarity and truth that's coming in is going to open doors for you to success in your life. And on Saturday, protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels. So that means, that this path that you're moving into could be divinely guided, and that spirit is guiding you along this way, and that they are protecting you along the way. And they want you, seeing the sword again, they want you to see the truth as to why you needed to walk away. Sunday is the view from above, and Sunday is going to be the day that you really kind of understand why you had to move away and what you're going to be moving into. You're going to be shown the bigger picture on Sunday. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. So I think a lot of this reading is definitely about seeing things with clarity and finding the truth. We have the Five of Fire over the Gates of Triumph. Look, there's more swords in that one. Or, well, there's wands in that one. I'm sorry, it's fire energy. Why is discovering truth here? Discovering truth, we have the Queen of Water. Crossing bridges, we have the Queen of Earth. Watching clouds, why is watching clouds here? Watching clouds, we have the Seven of Earth. Why is there coming obstacles here? Got the Nine of Fire, overcoming obstacles. The Chariot, over you are cherished by the angels. Why is view from above here? And the Ace of Water, overview from above. So let's take a look at these cards together. Over the Gates of Triumph, and that talks about success coming into your life. We have the Five of Fire. And the Five of Fire talks about competing goals, finding details bothersome. It could be conflict with others, and this is why you may have had to walk away from someone or something, because there was just a lot of conflict there, and it wasn't it obviously wasn't serving you to the best, and there was a lot of like I feel like there was conflicting energies around what you wanted to do and where you wanted to go. And every time you tried to move, I feel like every time you tried to move forward in that place that you were at, you took 10 steps back. So that the Five of Fire with the Gates of Triumph is telling me that this was, you know, the obstacle that you had, and this is why you had to leave and walk away in order to move towards success. Discovering the truth, you stand in the light of your truth. We have the Queen of Water. And this talks about relationships developing at a new level, trusting your intuition, care for yourself and others, and being very patient and loving and, you know, kind. So you're gonna come to a truth, I think, about a relationship that's in your life. And this says that it develops to a new level, but I think that your intuition is going to tell you that this probably wasn't the best for you, and it's time for you to care for yourself, because you have discovered the truth about where you were in that situation. Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. You have the Queen of Earth. So the Queen of Earth talks about making time for those around you, taking a sensible approach, dealing with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And it definitely goes well with this card, because this talks about healing and mending and releasing. But I don't think it's about outsiders. I think it's about healing and mending and releasing for yourself. It's time to heal yourself, mend yourself, and then release of what no longer serves you. And just be kind with yourself and patient with yourself, okay? Watching clouds is covered by Seven of Earth. And the Seven of Earth talks about seeds well planted, but there's a temporary pause in action. So what does this card say? Lie back, rest, and relax. So yes, it's the time to take a pause in action, and there's no need to worry about it. Sometimes when we decide to take that pause and we lie back and rest, that gets us ready for the next phase and next journey in our life, but it also makes us do some self-introspection as well, so that we can, we really know that the decision that we made, you know, by time to go, choosing to walk away, was the best one that we could make. And now we're planting seeds for the new journey that we're coming into. overcoming obstacles, we have the Nine of Fire. Here's overcoming obstacles, the Nine of Fire. And the Nine of Fire is telling you don't give up, okay? There may be some obstacles put in front of you along your new journey, but don't give up on them. And don't give up on those seeds that you've planted. Have courage and believe in yourself, because you can overcome anything, okay? And protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels. We got the Chariot, which is Archangel Metatron. And this talks about an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower. But I also, you can see too, he's kind of flying in the sky on his chariot with the two horses leading the way. He's not, he's barely holding the reins, you know. He knows where he wants to go. He's on his destination and he's heading there. And, you know, he's up in the sky. He's being protected, okay? So you are protected by the angels this week. And the view from above, get the big picture, is the Ace of Water. And, you know, this card, obviously, you know, this is a Cups card in the traditional deck, but and usually refers to love. And it can mean love or a resurgence of a new relationship, but in your case, I don't think that's the case. I think this is more about spiritual growth and enhanced intuition for you guys. You're just going to know, you know, you're getting that big picture that the choice that you made was the right one, and now you are headed on the right path. So it looks like it's going to be a week where you decide that you have to move on from something because you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn, and it wasn't serving you anymore. And you're going to move into a place of success and achievement, and you know, the angels are guiding you and protecting you, and there may be some challenges along the way, but don't get discouraged, because you can do this. You know where you want to go now, and it's time to head that way because you've planted the seeds. You know, it's the beginning stages. With the Chariot, you're guiding the way with the Chariot, and it's, you know, always, it knows the destination that you're going in. So have a great week, air signs.